In the general uncertainty of war, one fact remains certain. The enemy is always dangerous. The enemy always wants to kill Americans. The enemy does not slack off.
What's up, everybody? This is Batsman Fan back at it again for the regular comic book fan. This is episode 127. We got a lot of different stuff to cover. We are stretching from yesterday into today. We are going all the way back, folks, to 1944, and then we'll come on up to the early 60s, and then all the way up through to today. We got a couple of different cool things going on here. I've set up this just to display right off the jump. This is our can that we got for going to watch Guardians of the Galaxy. It was $13 for the can itself, and then an additional $3 for it to be full of popcorn. So I thought that was pretty cool. Probably use it to put remotes in or something else like that. Also got this cool cup. So I really enjoyed Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. I don't want to spoil anything. Absolutely not. I don't believe in doing that. I did like the music a little bit better in the first version, but this version also had some good music as well. I'd give it a solid 8.5 grade if we're on a CGC scale. So I did enjoy it. I will buy it whenever it comes out on Blu-ray or 3D, whatever. So anyways, let me move. Oh yeah, and I had a buddy, he hooked me up with this Cyclops right here. This wave has been tremendously hard to find. I have not found any on my own out in the wild, so I had a buddy, he picked that up for me, so that is pretty cool. Alright, let's get to the comic books. Oh yeah, oh yeah, I want to see them books, Batsman. Hey, let's get it going.
Not buying very many new comic books these days, if any at all. But that is the lenticular variant Flash 21. Secret Empire number 0, that's the variant. Another lenticular 3D cover for Batman 22. And then also Secret Empire number 1.
Rolling right along, you all already know about all those. So, I was out hunting in the wild, and I found this book right here. So y'all know that this is a very popular cover. Y'all know that this is a book that a lot of people have or a lot of people want. It's just a really, really cool cover. If I can get this camera adjusted. Okay, so it's a really cool cover. Now, I have never found one of these particular books out in the wild. I do not own this book. It is a beautiful Rogers cover. I don't own this book, and I've never found one of these books out in the wild. Can anyone just pause the video, answer the question on what you think makes this book unique? There is a telltale sign on the cover. Excuse me. Pardon me. There is a telltale sign on the cover that would indicate to you, the viewer, the potential purchaser, this is a unique comic, and this is something I learned in this process. If you see this right here, it is very faint, but it is an asterisk or a star right there on that D. Okay, Batsman, what the heck does that mean? That, my friends, is usually, if not always, going to mean that you've got you a special copy of a comic book. They're usually sold at, they were sold at AAFES stores or Stars and Stripes bookstores. These were sold on military bases or right near military bases, and this is your Mark Jeweler variant. Let me open this up and I will show you what I'm talking about. Okay, so y'all can sort of see that right there. That's another great indication of what you're looking for. You can see that, just that faint sliver of Wizard of Oz green right there. So now this is not a perfect copy, and I spent 30 bucks on this. Didn't haggle, didn't hassle. I just said, hey, I'm going to take a chance on it because it's not a perfect copy, but it is a cover that everybody usually loves, and it's got the rarity, really cool background as well, of being, trying to be gentle here, being one of these Mark Jeweler variants. So you see the Mark Jewelers 9041 West Pico Boulevard, Los Angeles, California 90035. And there's also the back right there. Okay, so I had about $400 and something worth of eBay bucks through eBay. So I set out to be able to try to, get key books or a key book to, spend that money wisely, if you will. So with that $400, I ended up buying
It's caught in the crossfire.
this beautiful book right here. This is Showcase number 30. And this Aquaman story begins. It's the origin of the Silver Age Aquaman, and it's also an Aqualad appearance as well. This is a really, really nice book. It is graded in a 5.0, just so you know what it's graded in. But it's just a really cool book. This is the first time, and if I'm wrong on any of these facts, I'm sorry. Do the best I can. Give me a break. This is the first time Aquaman is in his, the book is solely based around him. It's his first solo story, I believe I'm correct in that. And this is sort of like a tryout issue for him. So he has Showcase 30, maybe 32. I can't remember what the numbers are after this. And then he gets Aquaman number 1. So this is sort of what propelled him, though, in having his own comic book series. So really cool book to add to my collection, and this book has continued to go up in price. I paid less than what I should have on a 5.0 book, and this is a really, really nice book. So I am very, very happy to own said book. Very, very happy, my friend. It makes me very, very happy with excitement and joy. Okay, so let's get to the comic book of the hour, if you will. God, I hope it's not an hour. You know me, I like to keep my videos under 15 minutes. So this was oh God, I've been wanting something signed by this artist for a long, long time. And I have finally gotten a book signed by the great Joe Simon. This is Adventure Comics number 95, and it is from December of 1944. So, what is going on in 1944? Roll the footage.
December 16th, the triumphant cheers died down in Europe. In the Christmas season of 1944, nobody was predicting that the war would end by Saturday night or a week from Wednesday. And today, with the good news from all fronts singing on all radios, let us remember the dying days of 1944. The infantry remembers those days.
So, also, another key event that is going on in 1944 where we are involved as Americans in the war is this right here.
Outside a little town nobody'd ever heard of, named Bastogne, we dug in. For Bastogne commanded the highways to those cities. We dug in and held 24 hours a day while we waited for relief. There weren't any more cooks, company clerks, bakers. Only fighting men.
So, those of you who have watched any type of war documentaries, any type of, if you've ever watched Band of Brothers, if you have not watched Band of Brothers, stop watching my video right now and go spend 10 hours of your life watching that beautiful, wonderful series. If you liked Saving Private Ryan, you will like Band of Brothers. It is a beautiful story, and one of the greatest parts of it, man, I tear up every time I watch this movie. In the last episode, they have one of the veterans. He is talking about his part in the war he's talking to his grandchild about his part in the war, and it just gets me every time. Every time I tear up, and it's just a beautiful moment for those of us who study history, appreciate history, whatever it may be. So check out Band of Brothers if you have not watched that. So back to the comic book. This is, like I said, Adventure Comics number 95. You've got some stuff going on right here. Okay, you've got Joe Simon's signature right here, which I'm so happy. If you don't know who Joe Simon is, he's the co-creator of Captain America. I don't know if you've ever heard of that guy or not, but pretty big deal. So Joe Simon, classic guy. He, alongside Jack Kirby, man, they are responsible for so much stuff right there from the jump, man. They were in it from the jump with creating the legends that we know today. So to be able to now have Jack Kirby's signature, and I've also got Joe Simon's signature, is just beyond words, really. If you are a comic book lover, collector, whatever it may be, you need to try to get one of these legendary artists and get their signatures. I pulled off my wall real quick. This is my signed by Jack Kirby book. So would I love to have a Jack Kirby signed book from the 40s? Amen. But hey, it took me forever to get this. So anyways, what we've got going on here is we've got the Sandman. This is sort of like his second version of his suit. The first Sandman had like a fedora, a mask, and like a trench coat on. And this is the Golden Boy. Woo! Sandy. To me, I don't know anything to back this up, but it sort of, to me, reminds me of Captain America and Bucky. But you've got the Axis powers right here. You've got them swinging in to take these guys out. You see here we've got Sandman, prisoner of Emperor, and then confinement report or confidential report, excuse me, is right here. And you see what is probably Japanese and then English right here. But this is a German soldier, general probably right here, and this is going to be one of your Japanese generals. I'm not sure if this is a specific general or not, but still really cool. It's from December of 1944 through January of 1945. It's a Joe Simon and Jack Kirby cover. It's a Luis Casanueva and Emil Gershwin art, and Joe Samixon story. So I've wanted Adventure Comics. This is my first Adventure Comics book. I have wanted for a long time a Joe Simon signature, and I finally got one. So I'm very happy to own a beautiful 5.0. This is a 5.0 book. A beautiful 5.0 World War II comic book that I feel like I got a phenomenal deal. The Joe Simon signature plus the grade of the book. I think I spent, like, I'll put it down on the stuff that I've paid for. I'll put the prices down there in the bottom. Pretty much I got, not for free, I've sold books. And so I didn't spend really any money on either of the two big books that I've shown you, but I'll put those down there in the description. So anyways, I don't have anything coming in. I think the next video that I do will be a World War II based video that is going to involve the World War II covers that I have and how it relates to June 6th that's coming up. I try to always do something for June 6th because it's a very important day in our history. So thank you to all my subscribers. I think I finally hit 400 subscribers, and that's a heck of a accomplishment. I have not just thrown myself out there. I haven't competed in any contest. I did get a couple of attempts at people sending me acts of kindness. Y'all know who y'all are. I greatly appreciate that. But I don't put myself out there. So to have gotten 400 subscribers by just putting out quality content with, I think, decent editing, and I try to make it fun. I guess that's how I've gathered my 400 subscribers. So I greatly appreciate y'all. Y'all mean a lot to me. I am sort of starting to get a little bit, I hate to say burnout, but it just sort of is what it is at this point. I've accrued a lot of the big books that I want, and so now it would be selling books that are not on my wall to be able to fund like a really big book. We're talking 2, 3, 4 grand. So I just don't know if I'm going to take that next step. So like I said, I'll have a video coming up around June the 6th. That'll be my appreciation for those who served in World War II. So thank you all very much for watching, and that's all, folks.